Hello everyone and welcome to the Vintage Side. In this video I will be making 3 vintage cheese recipes. These recipes were all published in the Australian Women's Mirror in the early 30s. The first recipe is from 1934 and it is for cheese rolls. The recipe is in 2 parts. The first part is the cheese mixture, and for that you will need butter, cheese, beaten egg and some salt. Mix together grated cheese, butter, beaten egg and a pinch of salt. For the dough, we need flour, salt, butter, and milk. Make a light dough as follows. Sift self-raising flour with salt. Rub in butter and mix with milk into a soft dough. Roll out the dough to a 1/4 inch thickness. Cut into 4-inch squares. Spread with the cheese mixture and form into rolls. Place on a floured tin, glaze, and bake for 10 minutes in a very hot oven. This next recipe was published in the Australian Women's Mirror in September 1932. It was submitted by a lady living in Elmore, Victoria. This recipe is for cheese bread. For this recipe, we'll need butter, sugar, egg, cheese, milk, and flour, and a pinch of salt. To make the recipe, beat the butter and sugar to a cream. Then add beaten egg, then the sifted flour, cheese, and milk. Bake at a moderate oven for about 20 minutes using 2 long 1-pound baking powder tins, well greased. I am not sure what they mean by the baking powder tins, but I think it's the tins that you would have got the baking powder in when you purchased it. I don't have baking powder tins, so I'm using mini loaf tins. I cooked the cheese bread at 180 degrees Celsius in a fan-forced oven, and it took the 20 minutes that the recipe said it would. They have turned out lovely golden brown. I am now going to let these cool and then I will turn them out and have a taste. This cheese bread is absolutely delicious. It is moist and wonderfully soft. You get lovely cheese flavor. The proportions are spot on. I would definitely recommend this recipe. This next recipe is for cheese roast. It was published in the Australian Women's Mirror in July of 1933. This recipe was submitted by Ka Ku from Moonta in South Australia. For this recipe, we will need cooked split peas, breadcrumbs, butter, onion, and cheese. To make the cheese roast, we need to put the split peas through a mincer, heat the butter, and cook the onion until tender. Add the beans, cheese, and seasonings. For this recipe, you can season with salt and pepper and cayenne or garlic or whatever you wish. When all the ingredients are mixed, form into a roll. Brush over with a little melted butter and roll in the breadcrumbs. Place on a greased dish and bake in a moderate oven till well heated and nicely browned. I will be cooking this cheese roast at about 160 degrees Celsius in a fan-forced oven. Here is the cheese roast just out of the oven. This Okay. This is what happens sometimes when you try a brand new recipe. It did say to leave it in the oven until it was nicely brown and well heated. This is definitely heated. It is heated so much that it is melting and it is not holding its shape anymore. So I thought, right, I'm gonna take it out of the oven now. It hasn't got any more brown than it was when it went in, I don't think, but it smells amazing. I did turn up the oven because it was taking a little bit too long and I thought the oven wasn't hot enough, so I did turn it up to 180 degrees Celsius in my fan forced oven, and this is what we got. I am going to have a quick taste because I have hungry mouths that are waiting to eat this for dinner. I'm just going to just grab a little bit. Oh, yep, very, very soft. It's not unpleasant. I like peas. The cheese and the onion. Cheese and onion is a great combination. I love cheese and onion together. So that with the split peas is really great. If you swapped out the dairy cheese for a vegan cheese, this dish would then be vegan. Also the butter. Or if you cooked your onions in some oil. I don't think this has been a complete failure. It's okay. I'm not sure what else to say. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time.